Hey guys, hope all is well. I'm gonna be talking about the harmonic angelic angels of the zodiac. All right, and when dealing with the zodiac, the Zod, which is the dozen, you're dealing with beautiful, perfected harmonic angles, which is angels, and the distance between each other, the metria between each other. Um, and that metria is called aspects. When you deal with aspects, this would be your conjunction, all right? Now, yes, I know Aries usually starts here, Libra's across the way. I put Cancer up here and Capricorn down here. Aries and Libra, the great equalizers. See the half moon period, the no moon period, and the full moon period. The square waves of Cancer, Capricorn. Now, essentially, whenever you start with a conjunction, this would be your Aries point, always. And opposite Aries is Libra, so this point right here, the opposition. Now, this is whenever you have any planets next to each other, it's conjunction. Within, within anywhere between like 8, 9, 10 degrees of each other. More, you get more orb for the sun and moon. And anything opposition, if you have something 24 degrees Leo, then look to 24 degrees Aquarius or around that area, and you have your opposition. So the opposition will always be like a Libra, because if that's Aries, this is going to be the opposite. All right, and it is more relational, the full moon or the oppositions. And of course, the square would be the square waves. The square aspects would be like Cancer, Capricorn, a la Saturn Moon matrix square wave patterns. But the squares don't end there. You see? You have squares up here, semi-square, and a semi-square here. So when you're coming from here, this is 45 degrees here, 45 degrees there. And I also did the fractions of each. All right, this is 45 degrees, half a square. This is the rare mystical 51.26 degrees, which makes up 1/7 of the whole chart. This is your sextile, which is 1/6. I have a couple of these going on in my chart. A quintile, which is 72 degrees, which is a fifth harmonic Venusian aspect. It brings out creativity and love and creative genius. And then, of course, you have the triangles, right? This is the trine, 120 degrees, which makes up 1/3, right? So if this is Aries, this would be Leo over here. And then this would be Sagittarius over here. The other trine is now 2/3 at around 240 degrees from the original starting point. So, yeah, this is about 2/3. And then, of course, back here would be the 3/3 of the whole complete, Like this is the other semi-square. Okay, this is 7/8. The 8th would be right there. This is 11th, 12th, so this is obviously 30 degrees, because this is 30 degrees away from there. And obviously 30 times 12, right, will get you 360. This is also part of the square family, just opposite this, see? Square, square, because this is also 45 degrees from the opposition, or 135 degrees from the initial starting point conjunction, or the Aries point, or wherever you're starting from. 135 degrees, which is 3/8. Ah, look, 5/8. This would be the 4/8 right here, and it is. I put 4/8 or 1/2 because the opposition splits it down the middle. These are your beautiful quadrant points. These angles are measured into time, space. All right, everything works on the conjunction, opposition, no matter where you are. You can look at any point as a conjunction point and then start from there. You can be like, oh, I have the sun in the 3rd house, and my 3rd house is, let's say, Sagittarius, okay? My 3rd house is Sagittarius. 7 spots from Sagittarius would be opposition. Or 7 houses from Sagittarius would be Gemini. Obviously, it has to. That's in the 3rd house. That's going to be 9th house. So you can start from any point and apply the rules of aspects to any point and any house and any planet. It all works. It makes sense. This is the metria of the measurement of God. Back to here, which is the Genesis, when the creation of consciousness, the beginning of the Genesis patterns. In order for spirit to move in the void, it has to have it has to move relative to something. All right, there needs to be a point of reference. So spirit will project itself in all 6 directions. In all 6 even directions: up, down, left, right, forward, back, and meeting back at the middle point. So 6 directions, 7 meaning going back to the middle. So it's 6 points, right? Spirit then projects itself in all directions. Once projected in all directions, it'll naturally form a square for boundaries. Then it moves into a pyramid, and then from there, you just add the same thing over here. This is so it can rotate, okay? Then you add the same thing down here, and you get an octahedron. Now an octahedron is the dRAidEL, because dRAidEL, I made you out of clay. You spin the dRAidEL, and it goes from masculine, straight, linear, angular, geometric lines in the multiverse. This is the multiverse, right? Outside the firmament. And then when you spin it, you get feminine sphere. That's how you get a torus. So you get masculine to feminine. You know, it says the Spirit of God, he made masculine first, female second. The pattern comes before the matrix material. Let's see. Oh yeah, dRAidEL, right? So yeah, that's what the song's about. Why a dRAidEL? Why spinning it? Made you out of clay. Clay is the earth, which is also what we are made of. The substances of earth. And then, of course, God breathed the life into our nostrils, the prana. Once perimeters are established and you get this, then the rotation, or the rota, the Torah, the rotary, the astor, is possible once all perimeters are established. Okay? And then God moved to the surface. The Spirit of God moved upon the faces of the water. Spirit moved to the surface. So from here, I put the Union Jack again. That's the Union Jack. I just put it there to make it visible. But you can add an 8-spoked wheel. You can add the 12 faces of the zodiac. But from there, Spirit of God moved upon the faces of the water and moved to the surface. Let there be light. Moved to the surface. And then from there, again, the 6 happens again. So you make another 6. Boom, boom, boom. And then you get this. You get this right here. The Genesis pattern. It's the seed of life. The seed, right? So you get the Genesis pattern. Once you do 6 around the 7, it repeats itself. That's the genes of Isis. And by the way, the first movement, when the cell division or any consciousness of God, this happens with, which is the sine wave, right? From Aries to Pisces. Alpha, Omega. But when you do that, you get the Jesus fish, the Vesica Piscis, the Vesica Pisces, I like to call it. And this is the lens of life. This is basically what the eclipses do. This is what the lens of life is. This is what, when you get these 2 in the middle, you can make light, let there be light. That's a little geometry for you. True, holy science geometry.